What is up? Here's Nikki signing in. L7 Society, Square Bears. What is going on? One Piece chapter 754. Manga Wednesdays. What up, though? Let's hop into it. Yeah. Like I said in my Naruto chapter review, if you saw it or if you didn't, took a 2-week break. And within those 2-week breaks, Oda took a 1-week break. And so one chapter One Piece came out. Last chapter was ass. I'm just gonna say it. Oda, I love you, but dude, you're dragging this shit on way too long. Now, at the beginning of this chapter, we finally get a glimpse of what Kinemo is doing when he jumped down that fucking hole when he left Sabo, Usopp, Robin, and the rest of those guys at that one point before the birdcage even started, or when it just started. We finally get to see his friend that he was looking for. His friend's name is what is his friend's name? Udachi Kenjuro. I'll probably butcher the shit out of that name, but finally found his friend. He's a samurai-looking dude with the big old white hair and the makeup shit. And he has instead of a sword, he has like a big ass paintbrush. And I don't know if this is a devil fruit ability or is it sorcery, just like how Kinemon uses the fire with the sword thing and the leaf shit. I guess, Nijitsu shit. Nijitsu shit. Say that like 5 times fast. But yeah, well, his ability is to draw a picture, kind of like Sai. He has the same ability as Sai, basically, from Naruto, but he can't draw worth shit. So he draws this little bird for him and Kinemon to fly up. But where Udachi was at, where it was like a bunch of actually damn near all the old Riku army who were turned into toys. I don't know if Udachi was turned into a toy. Probably not, because if that was the case, Kinemon wouldn't even remember who he was. Probably get a backstory on that later. But yeah, and it cuts to yet again the Coliseum guys versus the executive guys on the 3rd level. The executives are whooping that ass. I mean, they're taking out all the lower tier gladiator guys, but there's just a lot of talking going on at this point. I don't even want to talk about that part because it's like, I want to say that's in the middle, beginning of the middle, but like Dillinger is wrecking havoc. I didn't think Dillinger was that fucking powerful. I thought he was just yabbity type character. Talk big but can't do nothing, but he is whooping ass. He's kicking everybody down, all that jazz. Yeah, that whole sequence was nothing. Cavendish, giving this little speech saying, "Oh, Doflamingo messed up when he did this birdcage because now he has all these countries in here fighting together. How the birdcage blocked off Dressrosa from everywhere else in the world, so no information about what Doflamingo was doing there. It slipped through the cracks. So if anybody finds out on the island about what he's actually doing, he's gonna kill him off and all that stuff. And that's pretty much it. On that end, they finally get to the 4th level, and Luffy, Cavendish, Law, and Kiros finally get to the 4th level on Cavendish's horse, and they're met by some giant nutcracker looking fucked up puppets. I don't know whose power that is. Maybe that's Doflamingo's power. I mean, there are puppets, so String, Geppetto, Pinocchio. Maybe that's Doflamingo's doing. But yeah, on that end, now we get to the part that I actually wanted. All right, I actually wanted Zoro versus Pica. It's a small tidbit, but it is worth it. So Pica and Zoro are having it out, and Zoro is pretty much giving it to Pica. I mean, Pica's like, I don't think Pica has stamina like he should, because he's huffing and wheezing, and Zoro's all fine and stuff. And out of nowhere, Pica's doing this attack on Zoro. Out of nowhere, Bartholomew, Robin, and Rebecca come in on the little floating beetle things, and Zoro's like, what are you guys doing here? And freaking Pica sees Rebecca, and so he goes back into the giant, back into his stone, crap, I cannot talk to this morning. He goes back into the stone statue of himself, the big one, and he throws a punch at the floating down Robin, Rebecca, and Bartholomew. And Bartholomew's just fangasming over fucking Zoro. And he should be, because Zoro's fucking dope. And Zoro sees the fist coming. Mind you, we ain't seen the statue. Well, we've seen the statue, but we haven't seen the destructive power of the statue for some chapters now. The fist is huge. The fist is like 10 stories. That's not even counting the body. And imagine that coming towards you. And Zoro pops in the sword in the mouth, and with his 3 sword style with a 1,080-pound phoenix, demolish the whole fucking hand, and it leaves Pica shook. And Zoro says this: Straw Hat Luffy and Gun Usopp are not the only thing about the fucking Straw Hat pirates. I'm on a whole different level than you are. That's what I want. Oda. That's what we want. We want the Zoro vs Pica. We want the Sabo vs Fujitora. We want the Frankie vs Senor Pink. That's what we want. Stop this dragging out thing with the whole Coliseum guys and Luffy and all this talk. Let's get down to the fights. Like, this chapter should have been the chapter 4 chapters ago. After the whole deal with Fujitora and Sabo, that shit should have happened. Soon as Luffy and Law got out of that well, dealing with the Doflamingo puppet. That should have been the next chapter. Not 2 or 3 chapters of just this showing where they are stuff and all this dialogue and stuff. No. This should have been it. Like, you're sleeping on some good shit, Oda. I know you're trying to get your point across, but all this FaceTime to Luffy, which is fine, but Luffy's not doing anything. All that FaceTime to fucking Usopp, which is bullshit. Usopp fucking sucks. That's my boy, but Usopp, it sucks. I want to see some Zoro action, some Sabo action. Like, you've been teasing the shit out of Sabo for whatever reason. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. So hopefully next chapter we'll get to see more of the Zoro fight, or maybe we'll get to see more of Senor Pink and Frankie, what's going on over there, or maybe even Sabo versus Fujitora, or hell, more about Kinemon and Udachi. I give a fuck less about the Coliseum guys right now. I mean, yeah, they're fighting the executives, but it's boring as shit. They're not doing anything. They're just there, holding the line. It's not an epic fight. Not like these 3 stage fights that's happening. That's it. One Piece chapter 784. Nope, not 784. 754. Excuse me. Nikki signing out. Else have a society. Square Biz, y'all be good. It's good to be back making videos once again. I'm out. Peace.